Hey, so I know I didn't make a video yesterday, and I gotta say, I wasn't feeling very well yesterday. I think it was something I ate. It's definitely not the virus. So, I was pretty tired last night when I got in and laid down, so I just laid down and went to bed. And again, nothing really eventful happened yesterday. I think about the only thing that happened that was a little weird. I stopped at a truck stop yesterday, and there were signs on the door, and I've been reading all the signs on all the doors of all the truck stops that I go to recently, because each one has special instructions for what you should or shouldn't do because of COVID-19. And the instruction was like, get your stuff, put it on the counter, and then step back, because the cashier is not going to, ring it up until you do. So it was lunchtime. I got a couple of things. I put it on the counter, and of course I did what I was supposed to do, step back and everything, and they rang it up, and everything was fine. So they seem to be very friendly people or whatever. I did, after I stopped, ended up getting a rock chip in my windshield. I'm going to show you that. That's it. You can barely see it, but if you pull back, you can see it's right there. It's in my line of sight. And so anyway, so since I got that rock chip there and everything, I kind of made the decision that, and I'm at the house, basically I'm back in Fort Worth. I kind of made the decision that today was probably going to be one of those days you just kind of, you throw out the window. It's not being able to get much of anything done. So the windshield's going to get replaced. The guy's on his way. He's supposed to be here soon, like 15 minutes or whatever. And so when he gets here, I'll videotape him replacing the windshield. It's a pretty easy job. You just take it out. He can do it in like 10-15 minutes or something like that. It's insane how fast he does it. So pop a new one in, and that's the end of it. So I took off my dash cam off the dash, or off the window. I may remount this. I've been thinking about doing that lately, and so I may remount that. And then my pre-pass, which is this thing right here, and so this thing, what this does is it kind of allows you to basically get pre-passed at way stations. And what it does is it beeps at you, and there's three little lights on the side right here, and it beeps. Let me show you. Okay, so see that red light on the bottom? Now if that red light goes off, it'll be real quick. It'll dee 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 dee, and that red light will come on as you go underneath this thing, and that'll say, like, okay, you got to go in the stop. The green light, see it? Okay. The green light, it goes deet 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 deet, or deet deet deet, and that means that you can go on. So it's actually very helpful. Gets you in and out of the way stations pretty quickly, so you don't have to worry about that too much, which is nice. But I took all that, was mounted to the windshield, took that off, and everything. Somebody asked to see Pepper more. There's Pepper. So Pepper's like, why is all this trash over by me? Well, I was going to go by the dumpster when the guy called and said he was on his way. So, and so Pepper's there. Hey, you good? Good. She's a very quiet dog. She also doesn't play very well. I don't know what her deal is as far as that's concerned. We tried to play fetch the other day at the house. I did teach her fetch originally when I got her, and she did it pretty well, but lately she just seems to, like, if I say, hey, go get the ball, she runs over, she touches the ball with her nose, and she walks away. And after like 2 or 3 times of trying to do that, she just seems to get irritated and go lay down. So apparently she doesn't like playing fetch. About the only thing she enjoys doing is chewing on bones. I don't have a bone here for her to chew on. I need to probably get one. But anyway, I'm gonna take a video of the guy when he gets here doing the windshield, so that'll be at the end of this video. But I want to talk about water on the truck. And I remember you guys, I told you that story about my mom going to the store getting water. So I ran into an Allsups at one point. I got these 2.5 gallon jugs of water. This one's empty because I've gone through 2 of them at this point. That was about 2 weeks ago, something like that. So I've gone through 2 of these. I was reluctant to use these in the first place because they're so heavy. And what I started doing at first was like trying to like manhandle them up and like turn them up, fill my cup, everything. So I've stopped doing that. I forgot I had my thermos. So what I do now is I take this and I set it back in the back on a shelf or whatever, and poke the hole in it that it needs. And then I have my, call in just a second. So like I said, I take that, I put it back on a shelf back there somewhere, and I just set it up. And then I have my, pardon my hand for being in the way. I have this thermos here. And what I do, I think this is it's a half-gallon thermos. So 64 ounces. So I fill this up, and then I set it next to my chair for the day, right? And then what I do is, doesn't feel like it's on the ground, but whatever. And what I do is that when I get thirsty, I just put it in this cup here. So this cup sits by me the whole day. And all I do pretty much the entire day is, like, if I get thirsty, if I get hungry, something along those lines, then I take a sip of water. And so that seems to help out quite a bit. Gosh, that's right there. Every time I try to hold it, like, my hand gets away. So anyway, so this is my cup of water. I just keep a cup of water next to me the whole day. Sometimes, most of the time, I usually have like lemons or something in it. I haven't had lately just because I just got tired of drinking lemon water. So I need to put lemons in it again because I bought lemons. I just need to get around to doing it again. But it's delicious. Water. It's good for you. And so that's kind of what I do. The problem is I got two of those 2.5 gallons left. And I'm running out of water. And it's been kind of hard to find water in the truck stops lately. Because I think every trucker's trying to get water. So today is actually probably going to be an adventure in trying to find water. I was going to send Mom to the store and see if she could find some, but she said she's been looking and she hasn't been able to find any. And I'm like, okay, so the Allsips, they have some, but you got to find an Allsips. And they're near Dallas, Fort Worth, but they're not close to Dallas. Like, the nearest one's like 30 miles away or something. And I probably actually am going to have to go further than that. And so today's adventure may be I hop in the new Mercedes and I go try to find water. So, anyway, that's kind of one of the things that we're running into out here as far as that's concerned, as far as truck drivers are concerned. So, buy water when you can. I'm probably going to measure and order a water tank to go up front here fairly soon, because this is going to be another month at least of doing this. And you know, I've heard the numbers, like the next 2 weeks are going to be a very unhappy time, or very sad time in America. So so I need to, like, try to figure out how to do that. Surviving in my truck, I guess. But another month of this really is going to, trying to find water, if I'm having trouble finding water, is really going to be irritating. So I'm keeping the jugs I've got, I think, at this point, to try to find water. And you can't take, for a while, you could take these in and fill them up, but now the truck stops aren't allowing you to do that because they might have COVID-19 on them. So, anyway, that's kind of it. Yeah, that's it. I'll videotape the guy when he gets here. I might videotape us going to find water, or me going to find water today. So, and that's it. You know the drill. Keep your shiny side up. See you down the road. This is the guy. He's taking the windshield out. Watch him. He goes quick. I mean, I can't even keep up with him. Boom. Windshield's out. You can see the engine. Clear as day. So, alright, so he's looking at the gasket. I have had a little bit of leaking issue when I have the truck washed. The water will run down on the inside of the window. So there's some silicone up there, and he's gonna put some glue on now, and I'll show you. How long does that need to dry?
It dries right quick. I mean,
dries pretty quickly.
You got like 30 minutes.
Okay.
So you can drive it. Don't worry.
Okay. Well, I'm probably not gonna drive it the rest of the day. Actually.
No, you're not going nowhere right now.
No, I'm gonna kind of throw the day away. Usually by now, like, trying to find a load is pretty tough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, but it is what it is. right, so that's pretty much it. That's how it works. He was in and out pretty quickly. Maybe 20. The camera's moving on me. Maybe like 20-25 minutes is what it took altogether to get the job done. He was in, he was out. He put the window in. We talked about it leaking a little bit. He said I might need to run some silicone around the outside of the window, which is something I'll have to worry about another time. It only leaks when I'm getting it cleaned at the Blue Beacon. That's it. I've had hard rains and not had water on the inside of the window, so I'm not really too worried about that. Anyway, he glued down the bottom part, which was kind of, which was nice that he did that and everything. No rock chip now. I got to put my pre-pass back up. I got to put my camera back up and everything. But that's it. That's what it takes. So I'm gonna put his card up. If you guys are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you need some glass, give this guy a call. Pretty good guy. I like him. We talked for a little bit afterwards, and he was telling me about, we were talking about like, trying to stay healthy during the coronavirus and everything. So that was a good conversation. But anyway, that's it. You guys know the drill. Keep your shine set up. See you on the road.